Hey y'all, welcome back. Murphy01, and this is my channel, and we are about to jump back into the next Vane video diary. Alright, here we go. Okay, I found some additional batteries for the GoPro, so we're going to continue on. My plan is, let me stop for a second, and, well, hold on. We appear to have some people following us. Let's move on down the road a bit. You wouldn't think you'd get used to bodies laying in the road, but right now it's just another obstacle. So, in my quest to figure out what has happened, what is going on in this area, I'm going to head for the quarantine center. It seems like this was a rally point for this area, but something went wrong. I've been there before. They had a large warehouse and I needed some tools, so I helped myself. But let's go ahead and carefully drive around. See, as you can tell, they're the zombies are in two forms: shamblers and runners. Now, the shamblers are fairly easy to avoid. The sprinters are too, to be honest. But where the problem comes is when they mass together, what I like to call a horde. That is an issue. I don't know exactly what causes it. I think they're attracted to, well, noise and light. The thing is, no one's ever done like a Time Life coffee table book on what to do when your neighbors turn into the undead. But here's the thing. These people aren't my neighbors. I don't know them. Like I said, I woke up here and we've got smoke on the horizon. Nah, I'm not going to get distracted. We need to figure out. Give me a source. Give me something to start from. That, like I said, is the old mill. I tried getting in there yesterday, but couldn't figure out a way down because the elevator seems inoperable. We will be coming back to that. Thank you, sir. Zed versus Box Truck. Box Truck wins. It's a pretty area. I mean, for all the areas that I could have wound up roofied in and waking up, to, well, this nightmare, it could be worse. We could be in, the desert or something like that. All right, I'm going to save battery power and I'll see y'all over there. So I decided to stop by the gas station to fill up the box truck before we go to the quarantine center. And I guess we can do a little talking about the etymology of the dead, as it were. They don't seem to feel pain, but and here comes a fast one. So as you can tell, they're fairly squishy, but the strength they have is the numbers. They don't seem to feel pain, need to sleep, need to eat. Well, hopefully they probably driven by the need to eat. Get my pack and get a drink out here real quick. That's better. All right. Need to clear these bodies out because they will draw more of the Zeds if I don't. Great. I'm hoping the power stays up long enough for me to figure out what's going on, perhaps find a way to escape this place. I'm also hoping the quarantine center will have answers. But over the last 2 weeks, I've noticed no other like I said previously, I've noticed no other survivors. And I've got my thoughts on that. I think, like I said, I think this is a controlled experiment. I can't prove it yet, but god dang it, he got me on the leg. Hold on. Get my med pack real quick. Alright, this is gonna suck. Clean that off. Let's wrap that up. Bastard. These crawlers are the worst. Alright, let's clear off these bodies. They seem to decompose faster than ordinary bodies. I mean, I wouldn't know a whole lot about that because, I don't know, up until 2 weeks ago, I can't remember what I was doing. All right. So we're almost to the quarantine center, and future viewer, you will see some oddities. Something that's put me on this quest once I got the basic survival needs taken care of. Near as I can tell, the town that I'm in, Lyon Mountains, was a mining community. I haven't seen really any other signs of like heavy industry or anything like that. Wildlife's coming back. There's a pole. Alright, slow down. God for seatbelt. Yeah, severe pain. No, that hurt. Smacking my chest on the steering wheel didn't help things. Where was I? Okay, so no real signs of heavy industry. I don't know what people... it seems like it was a resort town. I found a lot of like tourist cabins near the local waterway. A lot of upscale houses. Might be a retirement area. Truck's running a little rough. I'll have to check it out later. Okay. So, what we're seeing here is the start of the quarantine area and another sprinter. What we have here is, that looks like a crack house, but this looks like a college campus. And what it looks like to me is they walled off parts of it with fencing. We also have up here, I'm gonna get out and look at this, record this for you. It's a banner. Now, this says Lyon Mountain Correctional Facility. I stand corrected. It was a prison, a jail. Evacuation Center number 320 has been designated public health center. For this region. Please wait inside to avoid exposure. A fair representative will designate an appropriate evacuation zone before evacuation can proceed. So, that tells us there was some kind of organized effort to evacuate people. We will see how well that worked out. Let's see if I can tell what's busted here. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to do some minor repairs to the box truck. I'll be back. Turns out there was foreign matter in the car's air filter, and they had knocked the battery loose, so hopefully this works. There we go. Alright. So, little minor repairs later. And we're getting ready to head into the correctional facility. When I first saw this place, I assumed it was like a college, higher education center, something like that. Okay. Let's ease it in here. All right, first observation is you can see where they brought buses in. Some of these people were already here. Let's get inside and see what we can see. Give me a second. I'm carrying a little bit of stuff, so I probably need to put some away. Okay, right out the gate, this guy is pounding on the fence here. She's not the first person I've seen dressed in a chef's outfit. So I'm inclined to believe there was a cooking school or something around here. Okay. Let me clear the way a bit if I can. No key, but like I said, I don't know a lot about what I did before this. If I was dosed with something, it definitely had a lasting effect. But I'm thinking I might have been some kind of criminal because I'm pretty good at picking locks and hot wiring vehicles. Let's slowly give these guys some rest. Bring it around. That'll also clear some spots away, so I bring the box truck in a little further. It's going to be dark soon, and I don't want to be too far away from my box truck. I also want a way to get out because I was looking at the other side of the building, but the problem with that is I think the box truck might be too tall to get into that skyway that's over there. All right, nice and easy does it. I don't have a lot of frame of reference besides bad movies and TV shows. But from what we saw at the quarry, again, this seems like it's some kind of medical treatment center. Let's let him out. Come on, brother. Time for you to go to sleep. Not a doctor, but if I were, okay, so we've got medical masks, we've got antidepressants, we've got these quarantine bags, which are carrying medical gear. Okay, we've got some stretchers, we've got some medical bowls and stuff like that. But what we don't have, what I'm not seeing that should be in here, is any kind of equipment for, I'll look in the here again. We have another blood test kit. No. We have some morphine though. Good to know. I mean, I'm hoping that makes sense to you, future viewer. Maybe you have some sense of what happened. Maybe by the time you see this, all of this will be explained. You know, they'll be like, yeah, we had an outbreak and we solved it. Yay. But my gut's telling me that's not how it went down. Again, we have another, storage area. Another blood bag. More dissection trays. Hazmat suits. Nothing I'm seeing is saying we were trying to save people. I'll come back for all that. No need to load down on everything right now. Let's get a little closer. Interesting. Parking lot lights just kicked on a timer. You get turned around in case we have to beat feet in a hurry. Check the sides. Leave Bessie the box truck right here. Okay, we've got our gear, got our keys, got our meds. Let's go see what the what is. If I can't get in with the lockpicks, I do have a industrial cutter in my back. Yep, okay, I'm not going to do that with my last lockpick. We're just going to take the door off its hinges. There's door 2. Whoa! Man, I gotta stay on point. That was too close. Okay. So we had a waiting area. Hide, wait, and processing type place. And we've come this far. Lights in here. Okay, close these doors behind me. See if there's anything in the desk that'll tell us anything. Magazine. Just notes on patients' names and such like that. You know, ordinary office stuff. So they brought him in through here. That looks like a mess. Glad I'm wearing a respirator. Okay, let's start getting rid of some of these corpses. Yeah, stress, no shit. Again, we have another area where someone changed fast. Might have took out everybody in the area. Okay, we have a holding area, sleeping area. They passed by quick, it looks like. Trying to reduce the smell in here, but that's a lot of blood. Newspaper gives any clues? Government and politics. Senate corruption. Go figure. Hold up. We have a whiteboard here. Let's see. Art, science fair. That's what I'm saying. It said correctional facility on the banner, but this seems like, you know, science stuff. This is like a school whiteboard. Okay. It's grisly work, but it kind of needs to be done because, like I said, the dead seem to be attracted by the dead, so. These corpses have obviously been in here for a while. Something else I'm noticing is not very many personal belongings. Looks like there was a fire, maybe? Something behind here. Sounds like it. Alright, well, taking some stairs up. Confused by the layout here. And yes, got a rifle through their pockets. I've been collecting ID cards. If I make it out of here, someone's going to want to know who these people were. Okay, so we got a weight bench. This was a gymnasium, not a prison. Okay, that's the skyway we saw earlier. We'll come back that way. All right, let's get down here, back around. Be methodical in this floor by floor. They had been keeping records somewhere. I just haven't found them yet. Okay, future viewer. Just gonna start at one end, work my way around, I guess. We already opened this side, so let's get down sneaky a little bit. Got a restroom. Grab a quick drink. Wash my face real quick. Alright, stay sharp, Murphy. I hear him. Man, I do not like these narrow-ass corridors. Okay, that leads outside. Good to know. There she is. Have your rest. Okay. Another charnel house. Again, they were hooked up to blood testing equipment, but I'm not seeing, like, centrifuges and stuff. What's the sterilization machine? An autoclave? Doesn't help that I can hear them everywhere. Let's look. Let's see if we can find some notes. Nothing. Nothing. They sound like they're on the next floor. We'll get there. Sounds like all hell is breaking loose up here. Is this crawler making all that noise? Sleep now, sir. No ID on him. Okay. No one in here. I didn't want to come to the second floor first, but I guess this is what we're doing. Okay, it's just the same room. Okay, whatever went down on the first floor because these rooms are awfully clean. Looks like we got a mess hall cafeteria situation, maybe. Is there a light switch? Because, oh boy. Okay, yep. I will take this for later. That sweet potato can stay in there. What the... Was that jets? I have seen fighter jets passing over, which tells me there's got to be people outside of this area. Let's take the hinges off. What do we got in here? Okay. Whoever did this sanitized their records. Finding nothing but scraps in here. No definitive proof. We have another one of these caches. Another one of these military caches. You know, like someone was expecting this. Okay. This is very interesting, but I don't want to overload myself with stuff before we get some answers here. Found another cell phone. Good charge on it. More scraps, more empty binders. Been up here all night. Getting a little tired, but I have to know. Did they lie to these folks? Because this is a lot of bodies for evacuation. Get the cutters out, take the hinges off. And then we have the clean rooms again. Okay, interesting. Got some microscopes. Do you have any blood slides, anything like that? Okay, so they were researching something to do with blood. We've seen blood bags, we've seen microscopes. I mean, but that could just be a science class. I'm gonna step around the blood a little bit. Were they trying transfusions? Is what I wonder. Like if the plague is blood based, right? And I'm basing this off like way too many medical dramas. Were they trying to maybe swap out people's blood? Back down to the first floor. Then we'll cross over the Skyway. That. Hello. Let's go ahead and deal with you. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can't get the box truck under that Skyway. So I'll have to go out the way we came in. Alright. Close the door behind me. Okay. Okay, so they were barricading this area for some reason. Okay. Got more death and more blood here. Okay, so theory so far is this area went to hell, but they weren't evacuating people. You can't convince me of that, because that is way too many beds, way too many. You know, this area here didn't even get used. And then we have some more chaos that went down in here. Like they were... Like, were they waiting for a signal or a sign or transport? I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense if it was an emergency, you know? Were they going to fly the people out? I mean, I don't know. Oh, great. Appeared to have caught a cold. Feeling under the weather. Well, let me dig around my med pack, see if I got anything for that. Okay, where's the Skyway is over this way. I mean, I'll go back out the way I came. Fresh air anyway. Oh, there they are. I thought I heard y'all making noise. Somebody got stuck between the tent and the fence. That's on him, though. Okay. Not feeling great, campers. Lily Banks. All right. Well, Miss Banks, sleep now. I think the banners are a misprint. It says correctional facility, but I don't think so because not many prisons have ground floor windows. Well, how the heck did I get up there beforehand? Well, we'll go this way. I'll be all right. Ow. I have an idea. Follow me, y'all. This one's jogging. Ouch, 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 ouch. Hand sanitizer, sanitize the wound. Runners. Okay, let me get back to fixing myself here. Sanitize it. Run the needle and thread through there. Bandage it up. Okay, and now if we can get y'all on the same line. Ow, 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 ow. Alright. Dig around the bag. That's much better. Alright. Okay. We're gonna ignore that crawler. Get inside here, check out this last building, and then we're gone. Wood shop, something like that. Mechanic shop. Okay, little janitorial supply. Dead body. Sounds like a lot of them. Alright, back out. What's this? Looks like administrative office. Teacher's desk. I told you it was a school. Okay. Got some bloody footprints. Lead to this barricaded area. What the hell? Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get a drink after this. Nope, nope. Okay, well, I think we know where everybody got evacuated to, but what is going on? Sleep now. Nope. Nectar jar. What the hell? Nectar moratorium and hastily scribbled. Okay, let me grab one and look at this. Donum Immortalitas. I don't know, lad. Yeah, okay, we gotta get out of here. Yep. Wait a minute. Oh, nope. I was looking to see if there's a pattern to the way the candles are arranged, but no. Looks like they're just providing light. Oh, good. Go ahead and wash our hands real quick, and we're going to get the hell up out of here. I'll check out them jars later. I said I was going looking for secrets, but, whew. Okay. I might have gone the wrong way, but I don't care. Yeah, I know where I'm at. Okay. Dang it, I thought I limited the amount of... I killed the bodies, so I didn't have to deal with y'all. Let's get out of here. They must have wandered in from outside. Nope, we're just going. Okay. The entrance was... That's the bathrooms. Bathrooms through here. Okay. Let me put the stuff away, and then we'll head for the cabin in the woods. Okay. So like I said, well, man, I knew something was fishy, but I'm still processing the kind of... It's a dumb place to put a gate. Slightly, I don't know, satanic ritual? What was that lad nonsense? I don't think they were trying to save us. I don't think they were trying to save people. I'll know more. Future view, you'll soon see why it took me this long to even get out and about. Because I spent a good amount of time working on my cabin in the woods. Be it ever so humble. God, I gotta clean this thing off. I'm just glad that I got evidence, but evidence of what? We're doing all right. We're home and safe. I'm going to put that nectar jar over... I'm not bringing that in the house with me. That... I don't know. Not a big believer in magic, but that seems like bad juju. It's going to go back here. Okay, I'm thinking tomorrow, after I've had some time to think about it. Okay, so the quarantine center was just a friggin' nightmare. Thinking we'll head into this area. There's got to be watchtowers, fire towers. I've seen them in the distance, and also check out that smoke I saw. All right, future viewer. This is Murphy. Day 18 in the apocalypse. Signing off.